Hi, Twin Flames, and welcome to your 444 portal activation tarot reading. This reading is going to focus 100% on the divine feminine and divine masculine energies and how they're being activated and expanded through this 444 portal. Now, this 444 portal is opening up a gateway, all right, that's gonna come into like manifestation, like all these new light codes energies coming into play throughout 2020. But this is also a part of a 3-year journey as Saturn moves through Aquarius. Okay, and there's more to it. I have linked the 444 portal reading I did for general energies, so you can understand the total 6-year journey of this portal that's opening up right now. But for Twin Flames, we're going to look at how these energies, new light codes, and the way that everything is shifting and changing, how that's going to impact you guys, whether in separation or in union. So let's take a look and see what Spirit has to say about this 444 portal for you guys. The ever unfolding rose cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. This here is definitely talking about many of you who are in separation and the pain that that's caused, the different experiences with the twin flame and what that's caused inside of you has cracked you open deep down, okay? And you know, whether you're a star seed or not, I just did a reading for them, and it's a true soul bond connections versus chemical and material attraction. And even though, even if you don't identify as a star seed, I would recommend you watch that video just because of this first card coming out. I'll link that video below as well. But this is where a relationship, or your twin flame, has the experiences, has cut you so deep you're cracked open. And the reason for that is because there's this light that's going to come into the wound, all right? And these 444 portal light codes are some of that light that's coming into that wound. And in that space, like, there's healing, there's clarity, and you're opening up, you're expanding, you're blooming, blossoming into a different version of yourself, okay? This is divine feminine and divine masculine energy. You both are going through this to some degree. And you know, in union, it could be that you guys have had a really big challenge or a really big struggle, and it's caused like a lot of heartache or damage within the union. But that's going to shift and change through this 444 portal, because there's new codes coming in, there's new energy coming in, and in that space it's elevating, it's healing, there's clarity, there's understanding. And you realize, you know, that what you've gone through with this twin flame isn't to break you down and to destroy you and to be this unfair game, because, you know, some of you have really gone through a lot emotionally, especially those of you in separation. It's the deeper the pain, the bigger the growth, the bigger the evolution, the greater the expansion to your consciousness, okay? That's the truth. I don't like it any more than you do. So those of you that are like really gone through the struggle and challenge with the twin flame, you signed up for a big list of life lessons as well as soul lessons. You wanted to achieve a great deal of soul evolution this life journey, and there's nobody better to help you with that than your twin flame. And you also facilitating that deep soul growth within them, you know. And sometimes, you know, it could be a very lopsided situation where you're very loving, giving, and open, and the twin flame is very cold, distant, kind of cruel, you know. And sometimes those energies can go kind of back and forth, back and forth. Well, now through this 444 portal, there's new energy coming in, which changes everything, which helps you come into new understanding. And I just feel like a deep healing for many of you that have been suffering, because the ever unfolding rose, you're coming into like a completely new shape than you were before. And now we have fill up your well, rest, or retreat, rest, refuel. So right now, before this portal begins, you know, opens up, the gateway opens up for us, we have to have a period of rest. And that could play out in so many different ways. Some of you can be feeling very physically tired, some of you very mentally tired, some of you emotionally exhausted, or maybe all of the above. If you are requiring a lot of sleep right now, especially all the way through the month of April, allow yourself that sleep, okay? You need that. When we're having major activations and there's new light codes coming in, it's very taxing on you. It takes a lot of energy from you to receive and adjust and expand and, you know, elevate frequency. It takes a lot out of you. So if you've been really tired, get a lot of sleep. Make sure you're also nourishing the physical avatar to the capacity it needs, making sure you're getting all of your vitamins and minerals. Really tap into your body, ask it what it needs, because again, as these new energies come in, it's very taxing on you. And so you want to, you know, go with the flow, go with the process to reach the highest potential of what's being offered to you energetically. So really take care of yourself. And those of you who are emotionally hurting, it's time to face that emotion. And what I mean by that is you obviously have a recognition that you're hurt. Some of you because you're separated, and for others of you, it's because of different things that have happened and have been said. And then for others of you, it could be a combination of both of those things. And you know, instead of focusing on all this happened and I'm apart from my twin flame and it hurts, Spirit's saying focus inwardly on, you know, why did these challenges happen? Why were these behaviors unfolded? Why are certain patterns repeating? What is this pain trying to teach you? How is it trying to grow you and expand you? Because you will get there. I promise you will get there. You've just got to give yourself the tender, loving care that you deserve. And that comes from, you know, taking care of the physical avatar, getting enough rest, as well as, you know, tending the emotional baggage, the wounds, the pain within, and not looking at it as something you're trying to run away from or wishing away. Why did this have to happen? But why is this here in a different perspective? How can this grow me? What is this trying to teach me? Because you are just on the verge of blooming into a whole new shape of self, okay? And now we have a pillar of light. And this says, your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. So right there is a confirmation of all I've just said. It's time to really elevate, and you've got to expand in many ways, and it's going to take a lot out of you. It's time to, you know, face the emotional baggage within and find out what it's really been trying to teach you. You know, divine feminine doing that, divine masculine doing that, and, you know, through that process, those of you in union, it just makes that connection ever stronger. And in fact, this, some of you, I do feel that starseed energy, like you guys are starseeds or light workers, and you have a higher mission than just your own personal soul evolution, this life journey. And you're really coming into that awareness and understanding. And you're, you know, part of this 444 portal for you guys is a bigger expansion to your spiritual understanding, going into like an almost a different dimension of perception, of seeing everything. It's different than anything you know, okay? And for others of you, this is more pertaining to your life journey and the soul evolution that you both intended for this lifetime, and you both intended to rise to this higher frequency, you know, and at some point come back together in union in this higher vibration of energy. Those of you who are in separation, and this 4-4 portal is the gateway to all of this. And it's a 3-year journey. And then again, there's another 3 years after that before we start this brand new cycle. And that reading is below the 444 portal general message. So let's kind of dig into the divine feminine and the divine masculine energies and how each is experiencing and perceiving. Okay, so over here under the Divine Feminine, we have repeating cycles and lessons. Back the candle up just a little bit. There we go. And sacrifice. Okay, so the Divine Feminine has been through quite a bit, okay, with repeating cycles and lessons and sacrifice. And that's probably why Spirit brought the message of it's time to face the pain and view it from a whole different perspective. You know, repeating cycles and lessons, what's played out with your twin flame, you have experienced through other relationships in your life, whether romantically, friends, family. It's the dynamic of that energy, the lesson behind it. It's played out through multiple relationships, and that's why when it happens with twin flame, it's incredibly painful and hurtful. And you know, with the sacrifice here, it's like Divine Feminine feels, I gave more, I did more, I lost, you know, I've been hurt. She's in just a really hard spot emotionally. She is the energy that really needs to look at the pain and what is it teaching you, rather than trying to pull away from it or run away from it. We're going to pull a lot more cards to dig deeper into this energy. So over here on Divine Masculine, we have inescapable connection and loyalty. Okay. So for Divine Masculine, he perceives this connection in kind of a different light. With inescapable connection, those of you who are in separation, he is still very connected into his Divine Feminine. In fact, whether he's aware of it consciously or not, it's that soul bond, those energetic ties, and he draws a lot of energy and emotional support and strength from his Divine Feminine, whether he's aware of it or not. Again, it's all energetic. And so for him, even though there's this physical separation, he still feels the Divine Feminine all around him. It's not to say he doesn't feel the loss of her, but I feel for Divine Feminine, it's a much more severe sort of feeling, because he's drawing the energy, as whereas I don't feel Divine Feminine is drawing as much energy from him, because she feels you know, more broken down. There's more emotion, there's more heartache and pain attached to her energy, at least through this reading. And then here we have loyalty. So part of this 444 portal for Divine Feminine is activating, you know, all the lower vibrational energies within that prevent this Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine from committing or being faithful in a commitment. You know, with this, he could be kind of back and forth, flighty. Those of you in union, this could mean where, you know, you go through this period where everything is really great and going well between the two of you, and then it's like something happens here and he kind of veers off the path of it, and it causes issues. And that doesn't mean that he's like cheating and all those things. There's a ton of other issues that arise in relationships, okay? So I do see a lot of that energy over here on the Divine Feminine. Gosh, why am I saying that? Divine Masculine. And it's probably because I like want to get this message out, but I wanted to explain that first. Since this is a general reading, you could really find yourself on either side, whether you're male or female. You know, it's just which side you resonate with the most as representing you and what you're feeling. And then obviously the other side would represent your twin flame. Okay, whew, got that out. Now, over here, Divine Masculine, again, I feel like there's some commitment issues, a fear of intimacy, and there's also emotional baggage within Divine Masculine, but it's different. And I feel it's stuffed much further down, and that's the cause of these, you know, fear-based emotions around relationship, commitment, all of those things. And also there could be an element of emotional immaturity that's attached to this Divine Masculine energy. And then over here, I feel divine feminine energy has gotten really distorted because there has been so much heartache and pain, and she just feels like she's gotten the short end of the stick. And it, you know, and it's like the same thing over and over and over with divine masculine, as well as other areas and relationships in her life. And the reason for that is she's about to have this great awakening through this 444 portal, and through that process there is going to be deep healing. There is going to be great clarity and understanding, because, you know, the pillar of light, your vibration is raising, divine feminine as well as masculine, but I'm feeling it stronger over here right now. Like she's the first to go and rise. Okay, that's what's meant. And through that rising, there is great healing that comes into play. So let's pull some more cards and look at this portal energy and activation further on how it's impacting the two of you. Seven of Thoughts, gaslighting, ghosting, ulterior motives. Three of Emotions, celebration, date, good times. And Six of Emotions, longing, nostalgia, return. Let me just make sure nothing is glaring too badly. Okay. These coming out, yeah, that's a big time back and forth energy, whether you're in separation or you're in union. You know, it's like those of you in separation, this could be where it's this back and forth, like you feel like it's just a bunch of games. Those of you in union, it's that same story I just picked up on, where things are going good and then it's like divine masculine veers off. But at the end of the day, regardless, the longing for each other is equal. It's very mutual. And you know, this just is a confirmation for me that there is those of you in separation, there is a reunitement, but it's contingent upon, you know, vibration and where you guys are at in your soul contract for this life journey. Because, you know, everything is constructed. If you guys are in separation, that is by divine order. There is great purpose in that. And I feel for divine feminine, through separation, that's where she is really gaining her strength in her solar plexus. Like that chakra feels like it's being very developed and grown, and that's part of stepping through this 444 portal. For the divine feminine energy is coming into her personal empowerment, feeling very independent and strong on her own. And also it's a different sort of emotional maturity, regardless of the depth of the connection with, you know, her twin flame. There's just things that she's not going to tolerate anymore as we get further into 2020. And again, this is a 3-year cycle to me because it's attached to Saturn and Aquarius. And I know there is so much more going on with the 444 portal than just that, but that's the piece that Spirit has given to me to work with, to help me understand these energies and what's changing and what's happening. So that's why I reference it in the reading. This is like a 3-year process, you know, this portal, this gateway, walking through it. And right now the separation is because there's a period of rest and renewal, clarity, understanding that's now beginning to take place. It's like before, we're back and forth, we're learning the lessons, we're just, you know, going through the motions. And after this portal, it's like there's now this purpose and this structure, and you each are working towards, you know, greater stability and emotional maturity, consciousness expansion, so that your vibrations rise. And that's where we come back into union. And, you know, those of you in union, it's, you guys go through these like distant and close, distant and close within the connection, because, you know, sometimes people don't separate even if things get really crazy and you feel like we're not compatible anymore. You know, not everybody separates. And so for you guys in union, I do see a bit of back and forth. But for you guys, this portal, I feel the energies are much more rapid as far as your acceleration of consciousness expansion and all of that, because your vibe, your story, your soul contract is a different, like, it feels a lot different to me than those twin flames who are in separation right now, like the soul contracts. They're very different energies, and that's why I do feel some of you, there's like this higher arcing spiritual mission coming into play for you. So if that really resonates with you, you know, ask Spirit to lead you further into that. And, you know, in separation, it may be the great spiritual awakening that must take place in both before you come back together, and then you serve a mission, you know, doing that work, maybe helping other twin flames or other, you know, spiritual gifts that you may have. It's going to be different for all of you, but this back and forth, it's bad, it's good, I miss you, okay, it's bad again, it's good, it's bad, it's good, like that energy, that's what you are overcoming through this 444 portal. And I think many of you will be quite happy for that, especially the divine feminine, because I see she's been getting a lot of the same through multiple relationships in her life. So let's look at the relationship itself and the progression over the course of 2020. Three of ego energy. So some of you, there was definitely like a third party karmic situation involved. And now we have the Two of Twin Flames, and this is like the beginning of the recognition of, you are the one, like you're my soulmate, you're where I belong forever and always. And those of you in union, this is a whole new level of understanding, like going into a different dimension of your connection with this person and what it really means, and having a more conscious awareness of your soul contract. And then those of you in separation, this is the connection that still very much exists between the two of you. And now we have the Nine of Karmic Energy. So this has multiple meanings. I'm going to pull the others and then we'll get to that. Now we have long-term separation. And Four of Ego Energy. Okay. Those of you that separated due to like third-party karmic type of energies, you need to know that the soul bond between you and your twin flame is this right here. And the energy between your twin flame and their karmic is false. Very false energy. This is that chemical and material attraction. And again, I recommend watching the starseed video I did, even if you don't identify as a starseed, because this exact card came out in that reading. And this is where two people come together because they want what the other has, like their status, their money, their resources, or it's just a very physical sort of attraction, chemical attraction. And so for you and twin flame, this is your bond, this Two of Twin Flames. For those of you where this third party karmic energy exists, it's false. It's totally a house of cards, okay? And I do see long-term separation for some twin flames out there, and this is card number 13. 13 would go down to be a 4, and then the next is the 4 of ego energy. So we have the two 4s there. So this 444 portal is very significant for those of you who have been in this long-term separation. All right, and this 4 of ego energy, this is where we transition, and there's more compassion, there's more empathy. You see just even what's depicted in this picture where the divine masculine is now showing empathy and compassion to his divine feminine for, you know, the things that have happened, what's been going on. the long-term separation, you know, this third party situation coming into play. Now, those of you in union, what I feel is this is where, you know, you and your twin flame, you are really close, things are good, and then, you know, it's like something happens and the relationship feels like it loses its substance, and then we have, you know, this distance where we're not as close or not feeling as involved with each other, and you know, we seek outside stimulation, and that's not through other like relationships. We just start maybe paying more attention to like social media, or we just start doing our own thing more often. Okay, so twin flames in union, I do see that you've kind of had that same back and forth energy, but for you guys, that's dissipating much quicker, and you're moving into this, and like deep healing coming into place, any emotional baggage that exists between the two of you for these weird distortions that have happened along your journey. And you know, those of you in separation, this 444 portal is so powerful and instrumental to like the facilitation of your reunion, you know, down the road. It's at some point in 2020. I felt, again, this goes for 3 years, but I'm feeling, you know, through 2020 is when this reunion comes back together. So let's pull some cards to kind of look at the soul's journey through this twin flame, you know, connection, as well as stepping through the gateway of the 444 portal. Nine of activations. So some of you could have experienced a twin flame connection with somebody where you guys just had like this amazing bond, and there's like I feel like they had multiple karmics, because nine of activations is feeling very overwhelmed, overstimulated, taking on way too much, and this coming out, you know, under the 3 of ego energy tells me like some of you were very hurt because you had this deep connection, yet, you know, they're running around, you know, not committing to you, acting like they're free, like they don't got anybody in their heart, like you don't exist. And that is incredibly painful, you know, showing up on the divine feminine. And it's like she gave many chances just to end up with the same outcome as before. And so this major separation has to come into play so that you both can properly evolve and grow, and your vibrations can rise, but you are still always very connected. And again, I feel like the divine masculine draws more energy from the divine feminine, even through the separation. But as she steps through that gateway, she's coming into her personal empowerment and getting very strong in that solar plexus chakra. And in that space, that kind of cuts divine, you know, masculine off. And he's going to be forced into his soul evolution in that space. So divine feminines in separation, I highly recommend doing meditations to cut those ethereal cords and cut him off from, you know, receiving that energy from you, because that's going to cause him to actually notice the absence much more than he does right now. Like physically, yeah, you're not there, but when that energy connection is so strong, it kind of delays things, because there's still comfort and familiarity there in the energy, you know, especially around the divine masculine. And we have the 4 of activations. Love it, because this is coming out under the, you know, 2 of twin flames, which is this beautiful recognition and love and connection. All right. And this is the 444 portal that we're talking about. And this is 4 of activations. So yeah, everything you guys have been going through on your twin flame journey, the full understanding and the evolution takes place through this gateway of the portal under the 9 of karmic energy. Look at this. We have the manifestations totem, and this guy showing up is saying false, fake, beware. And again, those of you in separation where your twin flame is in a karmic, there you go. Here is your confirmation that it is just a house of cards. It's a chemical attraction or a material attraction. It is not a true soul bond, and therefore it is not real love. It is not unconditional love. It's something that is fleeting, and it's just this relationship has to be in place for your divine masculine, or for some of you, maybe you are in the karmic, and I doubt that watching this video, but the case with this is it's false. It's going to fall apart. And Spirit really wants you to know that and not feel intimidated, less than, or insecure, because it's like, yeah, nothing else really compares to this twin flame bond. And the divine masculine over here recognizing that more and more as the divine feminine comes into her personal empowerment and really pulls her energy back from him. And through this portal, this karmic relationship that somebody's in, they're resolving a lot of personal karma that has nothing to do with this twin flame connection that you actually want resolved elsewhere, because it's hairy and it's intense. Under long-term separation, we have the manifestations healer coming in. So this is just a confirmation of the 444 portal and the healing, because look at 1 and 3 would make a 4, right? There you go. This is talking about the healing, the clarity, the understanding that's coming in for the divine feminine especially, but also this is letting you know that there's somebody that's going to come into your life, and this is going to be a friend or a spiritual mentor, just somebody who is very wise. And this could even be like a counselor. Some of you in union, maybe you decide to go to a therapist, but this is just somebody who's very helpful, offers a lot of good advice, maybe helps reconnect you, gives you all the wisdom you need that heals your soul and helps you elevate and rise. So keep your eyes out for this person, because this is a healer. This is a blessing in your life, okay? And especially another 4, and you see like this butterfly there, like the transformation as you step through the gateway of this portal. And nice, you've got another healer coming through, the activations healer. And I just want to point out 13, 13, 13, 4. So 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. You got 5 4s going on here. And this is the 444 portal for twin flames reading. And I love the synchronicity of how Spirit did that here at the end. But the activations healer, as you both, step through this portal and move through 2020, you both are being activated in a lot of ways. Big time solar plexus for the divine feminine, but there's activations taking place in divine masculine as well. And it's healing, okay? Spirit really wants you to know that those of you, in these twin flame unions that have been painful, and then those of you in this separation that's been really painful, this portal is the portal that is the game changer for you. There's a lot of healing and clarity coming in for you. And also, the activations healer could be another person. So the fact that there's 2 coming out tells me that divine feminine and divine masculine are both meeting somebody that is going to bring a lot of insight and wisdom and understanding and clarity and healing into this situation. So Spirit is bringing like an earth angel to both of you to help, with your ascension and your activations and your healing, so that your vibrations can rise. So this is beautiful. You guys have some helpers coming in, not just, you know, the non-physical, the angels, the spirit guides, but actual people that are going to help you guys find each other again, just through the relationship, the wisdom, the insight, the journey that you each share with these healers. So that is beautiful. And those of you in union, this could be a couple that you guys become really good friends with. Again, you could be going to therapy. You know, it's different for all of you, but you know, those of you in union, you're really coming together, and any sort of falsity or distortion that feels like a repeating cycle within this union, that's dissolving and fading away, because we have this major activation taking place in both of you. And the Four of Activations is, you know, all the lessons and experiences that you've been going through. Now you're finally being activated in the conscious mind, like you're evolving and expanding. So therefore you're becoming wiser than you were before. And you know, this 444 portal is activating. It's the game changer. It's the Great Awakening. If you watched the general reading I did about this portal, and I just see that, you know, playing out even further in your guys' reading as just looking at the twin flames. I do want to pull a few more cards, because I do see this beautiful reconciliation and reunion. And, you know, whether you are together or you're in separation, it will, you know, manifest differently. So I just want to pull more cards on that. And really, the karmics, it's all phony and false, okay? It's all phony and false. Spirit wants you to know that, and that's karma that has to be resolved, and you don't want anything to do with that karma that has to be resolved. Okay. So Two of Ego energy. This is playing with somebody's heart. And now cosmic timing, that is shifting and changing with this 444 portal. And look at that, the Six of Twin Flames, the ultimate recognition, and finally meeting each other in that heart space. And it's a true soul bond, and nothing gets in between this energy right here once you get to this state of evolution within the twin flame journey. Nothing, no other karmic gets in between the two of you, okay? Now we have the masculine of twin flames. So divine masculine is really going to have a lot of activation and evolution throughout 2020 because of this portal. And now, yep, look at that message of ego energy. This is somebody who's really coming to the understanding of how much they screwed up, what they've thrown away, what they've lost. A lot of maturity taking place. And again, that looks like the divine masculine. So the storyline I see here is divine masculine. I'm back and forth. I'm flaky. I play with your heart. I, you know, confuse you. I gaslight you. And that's just, you know, kind of what it's been. And this can manifest in so many different ways, okay? But now it's time for the great shift of energies, cosmic timing. The time is now with this 444 portal. And what does that bring? This ultimate recognition of, you know, connection of twin flame journey really strongly for the divine masculine energy. Okay, so let's pull just a few more cards on this. Destruction. Nine of Heart energy. The destruction of the old through the shifting of the will brings about communication. And this here is where I really feel divine masculine. Like I said, it's general, so it could go either way. It's fluid. But this right here is Six of Karmic energy, where divine masculine realizes, ooh, you know, this specific karmic, or just what the games that he's been playing. Nope, this is bad. This is not where I want to be. Like a real recognition of that. And now we have a twin flame healing coming in. Because of this 444 portal. And lastly, We have, look at that, the feminine of twin flames. Yay! And she is sitting under this healing. So what I feel Spirit has done here is this first row is talking more specifically about divine masculine. This top row talking more specifically about divine feminine. And, you know, here it is. These two pair up with each other, recognizing that what the karmics are, that they're not the compatible. There's no, it's very superficial, it's chemical, it's material. And then, you know, the recognition of the twin flame, the soulmate, the true bond that exists there. And I love this at the end of the reading. The masculine of twin flames, the feminine of twin flames, receiving that twin flame healing, which comes through the gateway of this 444 portal. And you know, some of you it's a much more rapid thing, and others of you, I feel like this, you know, plays out throughout 2020 after a long-term separation. Okay, and now the destruction of playing with hearts and dealing with karmics is coming to an end. Here's the wheel confirming that, and now we have communication and this deep recognition, and then twin flames coming into healing right there. So that is beautiful. All right, I just want to pull a few more cards. Eight of Flames, mutual attraction, fiery connection, passionate communication. Yeah. Divine masculine of emotions, awakened, romantic, sensitive. That is what's happening to the divine masculine energy. Twist of fate, big change, blessing in disguise, wake up call. Yes, this is what that 444 portal is doing to divine masculine here. And now we have Three of Roses, cooperation, project, teamwork. He is really shifting. I feel like this portal is waking up divine masculine and a big time change happening in him. And for divine feminine, it's where she's looking at her experiences and facing her pain in a whole new way and gaining a lot of strength and empowerment from that, and just evolving into this really strong, solid being, where I feel she kind of is a bit more in control of things, whereas in the past, again, it feels like that divine masculine energy was just really kind of flaky. And lastly, we have Seven of Flames, competition, jealousy, old flames. And the reason why this shows up is because, you know, the love that exists between the two of you, when we come into this beautiful healing, is the envy of many of the karmics that are only watching on from this point, okay? And here you guys are as the Eight of Flames, really mirroring each other and finding the recognition of the distorted energy, you know, that you both experienced in other romantic partnerships, okay? So let me see, do I need to draw more spirit? Okay, 3 more. We'll see what else Spirit is going to say. Oh, wrong deck. Wrong deck. Sacred moments. Yeah, nothing will ever compare to what you guys share, because you meet at the soul in a very special way. Independence. And there's my divine feminines growing strong, okay? And you're going to understand why everything had to work out the way it did in time. Trust the process. But this is what's happening to the divine feminine. She's becoming quite strong within herself. And look at this, forever changed. Both of you are forever changed. There is nobody better for you, for them. Lessons are learned. Revelations coming into play, very strong for that divine masculine. Yep, taboo things, those karmics, bad choices, bad behavior, and nothing but admiration for his divine feminine. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, and look at what the very next card would be. Healing soulmate connection. Let's keep going a little bit. Angel guide. One more. Twin flame journey. Oh, and look at what would be next. Mutual spiritual mission. Just keep that out since we kind of picked up on that message for some of you guys. But yeah, there's great healing coming into play. You guys have it, you know, a spirit guide that watches over you both. This relationship, this connection, you have soul contract with each other. So this guide's going to ensure that you guys fulfill those contracts because you meant to. And this guide will make sure that you do. So you've got to trust your twin flame journey. Okay, you've got to trust your twin flame journey. And again, some of you, there is a bigger message, a deeper spiritual message, and here is the confirmation of that. So I think that's enough cards for this reading, but you know, there you go, twin flames. Those are the energies, the activation, and what's to come from this 444 portal, you know, as you step through the gateway. Okay, so those are your messages. I'm wishing you guys all the very best. Take care.